mean, look, when somebody walks into my life and says, you know, and then another person walks in and says, you know, the same thing. I say, okay, thanks, got it, God. So there's a lot of stuff that nobody knows about me, stuff that I've done in the past. 1 year after I'd done the cop, I was unable to get home before Christmas. I'd had to change something and all my flights changed. I had to wait it out in Germany. So I stayed in Bielefeld, Germany, and a friend said, I'm going to the Hackers Conference in Berlin in a few days. Would you like to come? So I got in touch with them, the Hackers Conference. I said, can I make a presentation? They said, it's too late for full sessions, but we have these things called 4-minute lightning talks. However, it's too late for us to put it in the program. You'll have to advertise it yourself somehow. So that's what I did. It was a sandwich board on the meme, repent, the end of life is near. That's my favorite. That's the one I send out when people ask about my checkered past. And it went off extremely well.
I was trained by Al Gore after I saw his movie to give a talk based upon his slide set, and I've been doing that for the past 2 years on 3 continents. I'm here because I came to Poland to attend the United Nations Conference on Climate Change. Unfortunately, there was a failure of that conference to make any meaningful progress. It was dreadful for all of us who were there as ecologists and not as industrial interests.
Ready to commit to the sort of climate justice and the sort of equitable, just, binding policies that this world needs.
James Hansen, the head of NASA's Goddard in America, who's been saying this for 30 years, the climate system is dangerously close to tipping points with disastrous consequences for life, and for the general well-being of the planet. And in particular, we risk returning the planet to ice-free conditions when sea levels were higher by 70 meters. Incidentally, Berlin is about 45 meters above sea level. And about 1/3 of Germany lies under 70 meters of sea level. Now, just to give you a few of the catastrophic events, these are all possible failure modes for the ecosystem, for life on the planet. Any one of these could doom us. And if that's not enough, I'm sorry I don't have enough time to let you read all of those 20. Business and politics are not helping. That's the second principle. That should be patently obvious to this audience especially. Third, that public outcry can and has in the past brought down walls. And last, that the hackers of the world can wake the world. The project, I call it eco-political social engineering. So thank you very much.
You're a major force of nature.